guys, I promise y'all, for the record, this was supposed to be green. This was supposed to be green. I don't know why it's giving gray. It was supposed to be green. This one was supposed to be green, but it's giving ashy. We're gonna make it work anyway. What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. I am Letitia and this is That's So Letitia. And to all of my new viewers, supporters, subscribers, welcome guys, and thank you so much for clicking on this video. I hope you enjoy the content. And to all of my returning viewers, supporters, and subscribers, welcome back guys. As always, it is a pleasure to see you. Without further ado, let's jump right into this video. So before we officially jump right into this video, a little bit of housekeeping. I've been noticing that YouTube is not pushing my notifications, meaning I have like a dormant account, which I'm sure all creators do, and obviously I'm subscribed to myself, right? So what I've been noticing is for my uploads, I'm not getting notified. I'm not getting notified. Like there's absolutely no notification. I will get flooded with notifications for so many other creators, both large and small. Me, I'm not getting my notifications, and neither are any of the people that are subscribed to me outside of my household that I have asked. They're like, yeah, no. We used to get notifications. We used to get the email with your little thumbnail and video. You can click on it. Yeah, no, we're not getting that anymore. So I say that to say, starting today, from this day forward, you guys be on the lookout for videos from me every Friday and every Wednesday. Every Wednesday, every Friday, know that there's going to be an upload from me, and also once a month a vlog on Sundays. That is the new schedule. It's written down, it's in my planner, it's in my agenda. So yeah, Wednesdays, Fridays, every first Sunday of the month, there's going to be an upload from me. Just in the event that YouTube is not pushing my notifications, like I know they're not. So with that out the way, let's move forward. We are going to do our makeup today. Makeup and a little bit of chit chat, if you will. I found it. I'm so excited I did because I thought I lost it. The Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Water Powder Serum. And we're going to revisit some products that have just kind of been forgotten about. Now that I have on my primer, I'm going to go in with Huda Beauty Faux Filter Color Corrector in shade Papaya. And just blending in the color corrector using a T29 brush from the Makeup Shack. And now to set the color corrector, Fenty Beauty Instant Retouch Setting Powder in shade Nutmeg. And now here goes one of those products that, as I stated, kind of a shop my stash product. It's not a like outdated or just old product, but it's definitely one that has been kind of pushed down due to the multiple releases that have come shortly thereafter its release. What I'm talking about is the e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter. The shade that I use is Tan Dark. Oh, nope. Shade 6, Tan Deep. This was a banger for me. I promise it was. This, oh my goodness, especially when my skincare was like totally on point and I had little to no blemishes in my face. And don't we just love a large doe's foot applicator? Yeah, in the summer, I would just put this on by itself and put on a little pressed powder and go on about my entire life. It was so good for the summer, because if you live in a climate that was really hot, and last summer we all baked together, then something like this was the perfect texture and coverage for you to still have your makeup on but not be so freaking consumed by the heat. And then it also helps cut down on the amount of, yeah, that glow. Oh, I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it. It also helps to cut down on the amount of actual foundation that you have to use. Staying on par with Shop My Stash products. This is the About Face foundation. It's actually called the Performer Skin Focused Foundation. Shade that I wear is D1 Neutral. This was around the time that I found out that I could actually wear neutral undertone makeup, neutral undertone foundation and complexion products. When I went to Ulta when this one first came out and I was looking for my shade, I'm like, okay, I can't find my shade, and all I'm looking for is warm, right? We've learned if you have warm undertones, if you have yellow undertones, then it must be warm. Sometimes warm undertones up against, or sometimes warm undertoned makeup up against warm undertoned skin creates a Cheeto effect. So this particular neutral shade kind of helps to neutralize some of the warmth that I have in my face, which was a really nice surprise. And this product, look at that, a foundation with a doe's foot applicator. Oh, beautiful. And I'm just going to apply using my e.l.f. Cosmetics Ultimate Blending Brush. It was very lightweight. This was a good foundation. Like, what the heck happened? It's good foundation. Definitely lightweight, easy to blend out, easy to work with. So I agree, this one is skin focused. I will be using by Juvia's Place I Am Magic Concealer in shade number 11. I used to be so in love with this concealer. I swear, like, for it to have, you know, for it to be the size that it is, when I would run out, oh, it was a problem. And I hardly ever run out of a makeup product because I have so many. This one, I used to use faithfully. I didn't care what I was doing, what type of look I was doing. I used that one faithfully to the point where I had a few times, I want to say at least 2 or 3, to where I actually was scraping the sides of the container to get more product out because I had ran out. Now I'm just going to begin to blend out the concealer using a Real Techniques blending brush. Also by Juvia's Place, I Am Magic. This is in shade number 6. I will be applying this concealer as contour. And now that both the concealer and contour has been blended out, I'm going to begin to set my face. First, I'm going to use a setting powder that I have not picked up in years. But hold on, before y'all come for me, It's never been open. This was in my stash. This is the Juvia's Place I Am Magic setting powder in shade Gobi. And I am quite certain at one point this was all I used. I had a stash, I guess, for when I ran out, but then I found out about Miss Huda Beauty. And since that day, there's been no turning back. But for today, we're going to use Gobi. Grab some in my hand. I kind of wanted to get the base out of the way before we start, you know, our little chat for the day. But how are we doing? How are we doing? Are we exercising self-care? You know, we've just had 2 really major things happen. One of which we definitely recovered from, quote unquote, recovered from rather quickly, although I believe that was just a scare tactic. The other one seems to be lingering around a little bit longer than we would like it to. But in any event, how are we doing? Hopefully you guys aren't consuming too much media, definitely in terms of news about this. We knew this was to come. And at this point, it's just best that we preserve ourselves, our mental health, you know, our peace of mind, our joy as best as we can, because there is really no sense in, I won't say worrying, although I want to say worrying, but there's really, I guess, no benefit to worrying about something that we clearly cannot change. For me, I had a meltdown. I will say I had a meltdown. Not on as if it was their fault, but I had a meltdown in front of my husband. Just, you know, kind of going over all of this shit. And I was like, you know what? Because keep in mind, this is a stressor, but we also have other stressors, you know, your job, your health, your bills, your finances, the cost of eggs that has not gone down yet. Climate change. Have we seen that it's freaking snow in Florida? It's snow in New Orleans. And I don't mean like sprinkles. I don't mean like flurries. I'm talking like 8 to 12 inches of snow these places have gotten. Like, somebody is not happy with us. I'm just saying. So we have so many other things to contend with, to worry about. And then this on top of everything, like, yeah, I had a meltdown. And once that happened, I was like, you need to take a step back. Take a step back from consuming all of this information. It's information overload because you don't know what is factual, what isn't. You don't know what's exaggerated, what isn't. I mean, anything that comes out of that person's mouth is an exaggeration, but how far will they go? We don't know. And it's like I have to get to a point where I don't want to know, because there isn't anything I can do to change it. The whole TikTok ban, the way social media will show up for each other every time needs to be studied. Because when we got kicked off of TikTok and everybody started going over to Threads complaining about Instagram shorts and lack of TikTok and CapCut access, the videos, the memes, the statuses, I promise it was absolutely hilarious. But it was very heartwarming because you had people on there just kind of comforting one another. And I know so many people were like, well, Why don't you just find a job, find something else to do? Like, it's just an app. It makes me question some people's ability to see beyond black and white, because with social media, it can be that very fine gray area. And keep in mind, that's how a lot of moms, a lot of dads, a lot of, you know, a lot of people, regardless of their status, that's how a lot of people actually make a income, a livable, comfortable income. So it is a job. Like, you have to pay taxes. You have to pay taxes on materials. You have to pay taxes on the equipment. You have to pay taxes on the payouts that you get from these various contracts. It's not free money, you know, and to like put it out there like, oh, we'll find something to do or get a real job. Some people left their so-called real jobs for the sake of mental health, for the sake of, you know, comfortability. And they found out that they could thrive on this social platform, which, by the way, is not as social as we think it is. It's more or less marketing that is paying these content creators. It's just all about taking things into perspective. And that night when we went off the air for a few hours, it was very heartwarming to see people show up the way that they did for one another. You know, even if you're not in their shoes, to just take their feelings into consideration. Like, hey, I understand if you need somebody to talk to, you know, I'm here. I mean, trust me, we're gonna have to rely more on that in the next 4 years to get by than we've ever did before, outside of 20. So yeah, it's been one. It's been one. And what I'm using now, I've never used this and I'm quite impressed at the pigment on it. This is a bronzer by Anastasia Beverly Hills. This one is powder bronzer in shade Mahogany. And this is what it looks like. Literally the first time I'm using it. Here was the box. And for blush, I'm going to use Blush Duo by Juvia's Place. This is volume 1. And this is what it looks like. And if I'm being transparent, I was going to use liquid blush. However, I began to set my under eyes prior to applying the blush. So we're going to go with the powder instead. Here's Juvia for you. Like, didn't I literally just say very light? Oh my word. Juvia knows no such thing. No such thing. No such thing as light. All right, now moving on to our actual eye look. Palette is by Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is the Fall Romance palette. First shade I'm going to use, this is going to be pretty much like a transition shade, so to speak, Leather. This shade here, applying it using my Morphe M441. Just kind of applying it all over, but with a very light hand. And now I'm just going to take Thorns, this shade here, and what is this? Twilight, this shade here, and mix these two together. Funny thing about this palette is the shades, they look gorgeous on the advertisement, but like when you actually get the palette, I don't know. The shades for this one is just interesting to me. I'll just say that. Like the shades I just applied, It's supposed to be green. I'm going to take this shade here, which is called Smoke. The shade here, using a Morphe M224, and apply that to my lid. Let's see. That one is definitely a topper, and crown is a dual chrome. Oh yeah, this one isn't so much a standalone as it is a topper. Okay, so I had to remove the glitter. Now that I removed the glitter, I'm going to go back in to leather. We're going to apply that first. Now, I'm gonna try to go back into Smoke, this one here, and see if we can apply it as a topper. I would use my fingers, as I prefer to use my fingers, but my nails would have me poke myself in the eye. Definitely not the vibe I'm going for today, so we'll have to make do with a brush instead. I'm just gonna wet the brush, some setting spray. And for my under eye, I'm going to take this liner. This is a 12-hour retractable eyeliner by Sephora in Shimmery Green. And I'm going to line my lower lash line with this. And now I'm just going to take a little bit of Thorns and apply that right beneath, but very lightly. And moving on to lips, first I'm going to apply MAC Chestnut Lip Liner. And to fill that in, I'm going to use Stone by MAC. This is a re-release. I absolutely love this shade. I live for a cool toned lip. Alright guys, so this is the final look. Off camera, I applied some Maybelline Sky High mascara in jet black. I was trying to go for some lash strips, guys, but you know what? I said I'm not gonna hold y'all, and I'm not gonna hold myself because I'm in the house. I am not going outside today, and with these nails on, because I apply my lashes using my fingers as opposed to using tweezers, I said, you know what, this mascara is going to give what I need it to give. So there you have it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully you enjoyed this look. And guys, remember what I said. These next 4 years, they're going to be a doozy, but it's not like we haven't gone through this before. Maybe not at this magnitude, but what I'm saying is we are conquerors. Don't let social media and the news consume you, because that's what it's meant to do. It's fear mongering, and it will have you somewhere anxious, stressed out, and just depleted. And if you are those three things, if something actually does come up to where you need to be on your toes, you need to be on point, you will be so depleted you can't do so anyway. So please make sure to take care of yourself, even if that means taking a step back from social media, taking a step back from, the news, taking mental health days from work or from school. You owe it to yourself to take care of yourself. That is a top priority regardless of what's going on in the world. So I hope you do just that and give yourself more grace in this season. There's nothing we can do but take care of ourselves and actually monitor our reaction to the things that are happening around us. So guys, that was my extended version of saying be well and stay safe. And in the description box below, there will be a complete list of all products used to achieve this look. But I will say it again because I can't say it enough. Exercise self-care. It is not a privilege, but a necessity. Make sure to check in on your strong friends after you check in with yourself. And until next time, we shall chat again soon.